Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Town of Salem gameplay video. We're playing some more Ranked today. I'm Detective the Sheriff, and this one's a good one. This one brings us right up to the wire, and it really is anybody's game towards the end. And I like games like that, that kind of have that little bit like, oh man, one wrong move, and this is over for us. This is actually over for us. So I'm just kind of picking people who I don't think are veteran for night one. I am not SK. Will be the first person that I check to see what it is that they are. Heck, they could be SK. And we're moving right along with that, though. So we basically have ourselves Sheriff role. I actually really enjoy this role. I tend to find it to be very useful. It's I would argue that it's actually more useful than Mafia, or than Investigator, I meant to say. Sorry, not more useful than Mafia. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it is, I think, more useful than Investigator. If you disagree with me, make sure that you let me know in the comments below. But I kind of feel like this is better. Role blocked, that's a bit of a bummer. Being role blocked as a sheriff is basically night one. As if you're an escort, you really only can't role block the investigative roles. Now, there could be up to 5 investigative roles. But generally speaking, if you role block a town protection, nothing really changes. TK, nothing really changes. If you roadblock a support, nothing really changes. So there's a veteran kill right here, and it appears like what? Wait, what? Why did they say they were the Godfather? And yet they're supposedly the bodyguard. What is that? I mean, you know that it's not actually a disguiser, because disguiser would not have shown up as what they disguised as if they were killed so early in the game. So yeah, no moth kill. I was roadblocked, and I go ahead and I claim that may be a forger. It could be, yeah. It could be a forger, at least in theory, right? But I don't think that if I was a forger, I would use that day, night one. And it is interesting to me that this person visited the veteran and died to veteran, and so it really would have been just pure luck if a forger had gone ahead and got that. Like, I really, really, really doubt that it is in fact the forger. But I guess in theory it could be. I've used tactics such as that with Jenner before, cleaning people who I thought were likely to die but weren't likely to die by Mafia. Anyway, it's very rare. And we're seeing if there's any BD right now, and I'm just trying to figure out what it is that we have going on. I say that in-hander is either annoying town or jester, because they're just being a little bit obnoxious and claiming that could have been a framer, and they're pretty, like, yeah, no, seriously, it's probably a framer. I'm like, no, I don't think so. So there's some push right now for Happy number 6, based strictly upon random voting, basically vote for role. And I really don't like vote for role. The only time that you can vote to start getting role claims is later game, when you already have some confirmed towns that you can kind of rally behind, and there's already some roles that are off the table. Voting people now for role is stupid, because literally evils can claim anything, and it's just as likely to get a town member lynched or a town member executed or vigi shot as it is to actually get a mafia killed, because there's no other claims to go against. So anyway, I go ahead and I check UNV today. Just because of a little bit of talking in chat, was like, I wonder if they're on a particular side. A lot of times when I'm sheriff or investigator, I pick people based upon how they interact with the rest of chat. Basically, if I find people agreeing with each other, I want to check one of them, because if that one's Mafia, then the people they agree with may also be Mafia. It's just basically the sense that they already know, Mafia already knows who they are, and they can easily kind of gang together in order to push votes or to push ideas. So I like to watch that a lot. There is an escort. An escort claims that they weren't blocking until a later time, which is interesting. Ein Handler says, I revived the bodyguard. Praise me now. And this is what I was saying yesterday. They're just saying nonsense. They're just talking absolute BS, and it definitely seems like it's evil. So I go ahead and I say, Vigi, feel free to shoot Ein Handler. Seriously. Because it seems like... and UNV says I may about the jester here. So anyway, UNV says Thomas Danford equals Mafia, and so we need to get a claim from Thomas, because it's very possible that UNV is actually sheriff. So we're gonna go ahead and take 6, says Ray again, for what appears to me to be no reason, but the push is already on Thomas, and I'm gonna join that push. Because we should get a claim. When you're pinged out, you should have a claim ready. So let's see what it is. And I understand that you can get jailer caught this way, and that's not so good. But you have to kind of keep in mind that you also do need to get claims, especially if there's reason to believe that they may be evil. So Thomas says, okay, where did this come from? I'm Doc. I do not like how it is that he had like, where did this come from? If you're paying attention, you'll know exactly where it is that it came from. You've been claimed out as potentially being evil. William Phipps CCs. Interesting. And there's already a dead bodyguard. It seems like this person is likely to be guilty at this point. Because there's CCs on it. Bodyguard's dead. And there was no real reason to believe him. He says, wow, bad town. At this point, it's like, well, shoot. Now, he had a will, though, honestly, and he showed it quickly. Einhander is just, and UNV laughs, but doesn't claim anything, so there could be a framer here. There could have been an X play. You're not necessarily sure, but this is, in fact, a dead doctor, which is not good. So that is a random town, though. So we have a random town picked out, and this will help a little bit towards the end of the game, of course, as you start to run out of random town rolls. But this is not looking good, and you have to admit at this point that this is not looking good. I go ahead and interrogate Slimy, and I can't remember exactly at this moment why it is that I thought that, but I think it was probably, again, due to commenting. Generally speaking, people, right now I want to check out people who said about the doctor, stuff like, bodyguard's already dead, or there's too many TPs, or TP claims. The reason why I want to check those people is because they're the ones that seem to be pushing for a vote, for guilty. And although town may do that, I find that Mafia and Evils are more exceptionally likely to do that. Your target is a member of the Mafia. Well, there you go. I found myself some off. And I'm going to go ahead and post my whole will because, you know what, they might as well see the entire will. I think that it's a good thing for them to see it. Executed by Jailer. Einhander left the game. X by Jailer. I agree with this. If they are town, then they are a stupid town, and they need to be punished. They were the consort. Interesting. Consort playing as if they were actually a jester. Well, I'm fine with that. Well done by the Jailer right there. They were not happy with that play, even though Mafia looks like at this point they're looking very well. Now I already found another Mafia, and this is pretty awesome. So William Phipps says I'm out of alerts. I'm going AFK now. I go ahead and I push mine, and I say Slimy came up as Moth. And Slimy claims Sheriff, which is exactly what I claimed. And I said, well, you came up as Moth. UNV says 3 Sheriffs, because UNV also claimed Sheriff, but supposedly they had pushed on Thomas Danford, and Thomas Danford was not Mafia. So we don't know if it's Sheriff necessarily or X. They didn't claim X. And now Slimy says UNV claimed the Doctor was Mafia, probably a framer. And Schrodinger also says there is also framer, although we don't necessarily know that. Your UNV did not say that they were X as they typically do when an X gets a win, so it feels like they might be Sheriff and that there may have been a frame. We do not have a spy coming out to kind of claim this, so I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure you're either Jailer. Please trust me. So I'm still pushing on Slimy, and Happy gets pushed up very quickly here, and I'm not really sure why. They say the F you want. And so the push against Happy seems to be random. Ray has been pushing on them since the beginning. John Proctor says, you real TI? And I don't know who they are, but I say, yeah, I am. So maybe I'm figuring maybe they're actually the Jailer. And so I just want them to know that I'm real and that I can go ahead and I suggest they push in this. Way too many TI claims. Happy claims Investigator. Ray, Medium, Jan, Retry, which is an interesting thing to have. And I say I think this might be Inno, honestly. I don't know why Ray was pushing, but I'm curious about this. I Inno'd this, right? Or I at least I thought it might be Inno. I should have maybe Inno'd it. But the guilties have it, and Happy says, "Damn." I was like, wait a second, is this actually evil? And the reason why I wanted to Inno this is because I thought it was a reasonable claim, first of all, and I hadn't voted. Which means that other people have, potentially, since it's 3 dead town. It seemed like Mafia or at least Neutral Evil or perhaps Neutral Killing voted on him. Oh, that's why. Happy the Arsonist. All right, well, not a problem then. We lucked out on that one, honestly. I'm not sure exactly how it is that Ray decided that they were going to push somebody up, but it seems like Happy could have made up their investigative results and gotten anything they wanted from that, because they were not even a consig. So a happy surprise right there, and all of a sudden town looks a little bit more reasonable. Guys, it gets much closer than this. Right now it looks like town's going to run away with this, because I've already found a mafia, and I'm making sure that my will is as obvious as possible that I do not trust Slimy, and I feel like they should be killed. But we're going to go ahead and check I Am Not SK, who I tried to check previously and was roadblocked. So I want to figure out for sure what it is that they are. Anybody who's defending basically Slimy from the last night are the people that I want to check in on right now, because I do not trust them, because I believe Slimy is evil. And of course Mafia is going to want to defend Mafia if that is the case. Schrodinger died last night, killed by a veteran. I'm like, alright, veteran got another kill on an evil. So the Day Tripper, wait, William again? Are you kidding me? He claimed vet. And we had other people die to vet. What are you doing? Why? Why are people so darn stupid? And so at this point, I'm frustrated, because I'm like, seriously, all right, escort then. Well, you know what that does tell us? That does give us another random town, and I'm gonna have to put that down there. And Bugger was Vigi. Vigi down, not so good. Vigi, and I say Ray Mafia. I Am Not SK Mafia. Slimy says that I Am Not SK is Mafia, and at this point I'm like, whoa. I think Ray says, and I think Slimy is. I actually checked I Am Not SK last night. Slimy is lying, and I started spelling their name wrong, because I literally checked them last night and they are NS. So Slimy is definitely lying. Could be X, but isn't Sheriff. Again, we don't even know what that is that UNV was doing, because they seem to be like they're not Sheriff. I am the Sheriff. I checked on Not SK last night, and Slimy is wrong. Slimy lied. So and Trump is kind of UNO for Arso, and they're pushing away right now. Trump is evil too, maybe. So I now have my list of people that I think are evil. I'm saying Trump's evil. I'm saying that Slimy's evil, and I'm saying I think Ray is also evil. So I have my evils pushed, and there was a push on John Proctor says, follow my leads, idiot. Get one. I'm Jailer. I will totally vote with Jailer right here. I will vote with Jailer. And it gets pushed up, and I'm concerned right now because I see Slimy has voted on UNV, and I don't like that. Slimy, I'm pretty sure, is Mafia, and UNV claimed Sheriff. But I'm going to go ahead and follow the Jailer on this one. I think that I have to. I think it's a good idea for me, too. And so he says, you the Sheriff, witched night 1, Thomas Danford, Mafia. Wait a second. Witched? Wait. Forgot to write day 3. 1 sec. Wait a second. What? Ray in jail. How you can? John Proctor says, and Trump says, "Where is 3?" So I'm following John. Is basically what I say. I'm following the Jailer no matter what. I'm following the Jailer right here. They have my attention. But Slimy is evil, and I know it, and I know it, and I know it, and I know it. Now UNV may also be evil here. But I happen to know that Slimy is evil. They are pushing on I Am Not SK, even though I Am Not SK came up as NS to me, and Slimy came up as Mafia to me. It's not looking good for town, though. It's really not. We've lost 5 people now, and Mafia, although we do have the arsonist down, thank goodness, Executioner down is pretty good, too. So we have majority right now, but it's not looking good. It's really not. So I repost my will because we need to get on this right now. We need to get on this. There's 3 Mafia. There's 4 town. If we do not kill Mafia tonight, we will lose the majority. If our Jailer dies and no Mafia dies with them, we lost our majority, and we lost, for the most part, our ability to defend ourselves. Bodyguard down, Doctor down. We have Vigi here, and we have Escort. There is no random town. There's no more doctors. There's no more way to save us right now. We need a perfect game from here on out. We cannot afford to miss Lynch, or we will lose this game. We need Jailer to kill somebody tonight. I told him Slimy was evil, and I hope the Jailer made the right decision. Please, Jailer, do not make me regret my life decisions. John Proctor, the Jailer down. Slimy down. Feeling good. So now we have the random towns are confirmed. The bad news is we lost the Jailer. The good news is that I'm pretty sure Slimy is evil, and that's going to keep us with the majority, but just barely. Just barely. We needed to kill the Executioner yesterday, typically speaking, because they're neutral evil and they were likely to vote with Mafia. And we needed to kill Mafia tonight. And I'm pretty sure, but boom, we did it. Slimy, the Disguiser, killed in jail. Told ya! Woohoo! So I'm a little bit sad right now because I say too late now, though. It's actually not. I delete this because I delete the too late now because I realize we actually have a shot. It's not a great shot, but we have a shot. Now, I don't like Ray. I don't like Trump. These are my two people who I think are evil. So, and I am not SK right here claiming lookout. Now, I am not SK came out to me as NS, and I am not SK came out to me as and Ray I didn't know, but I had my suspicions on Ray. So I'm saying town get Ray, and Trump says Ray roll. When people Trump at this point feels like he's placating at this point to me, and I'm not really sure, but I agree we do need the roll. But Trump really wants to show up as if they're good. Ray says, "I told you, I am Vigi." William Phipps says a Vigi would shoot by now, so no. Now it's not because a Vigi would shoot. That's not the right reason. The real reason why this person's evil is that we have the random towns picked. We know the random towns, and I'm like, I gotta post this. I need everybody to know right now who the random claims are, and they're dead. There's no more room. Ray, you are not, my friend. You are not the Vigi in this case. So I'm at SK claims lookout and says that they saw four being visited by Ray, and I do kind of agree with them now. They pushed on Ray, and Slimy and Trump pushed on I am not SK. So at this point, I am not SK is like, this guy's town. Ray, the other person that I literally was pinging out earlier, is also evil from what we can tell, because they claimed Vigi, and Vigi is not possible. William Phipps says Trump is last Moffitt because he didn't vote / talk. Trump says, I'm BG. You are not. William Phipps says, no way. If you were BG, you'd be on jailer. And this is a great point. I said, no, you're not, Trump. No room for BG. I'm trying to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. This game is over. Town won. Trump to die tomorrow. And this is just basically how it is that the rest of the game looks like it's going to go. The only thing is, if we miss Lynch at this point, if somehow somebody messes up and is so silly that they go ahead and they miss Lynch tomorrow, it's game over. We're one mistake away from losing this game. We have no jailer. We have no way of defending ourselves. And tonight, Mafia is going to kill, making it a 1v2 for Mafia, 2v1 for Town. We only have one shot at this. We only have tomorrow. Now, we happen to know, because we're intelligent Town of Salem players here on this channel, that the random towns are taken and Trump is not capable of being BG. It seems like William Phipps also doesn't like Trump's BG claim, and I would agree with him. The question is, who dies? I don't. I live. And this makes me happy, because I'm like, hey, me living is a good thing because I know what I'm talking about. And I've also pushed on Mafia, so I'm pretty much confirmed non-Mafia as far as any reasonable town would be concerned. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm making sure, you saw I put Trump as last Mafia in my will, by the way. I wanted to make sure that there was no way we could mess this up, because we're so close to messing this up. We're just barely eking this up. I'm confirmed your town. You're not confirmed! You're not confirmed! You're BSing! Now, I like what he's doing, though. Trump's trying real hard here, and I respect the heck out of that. Trump's trying to pocket me. That's what he's trying to do. But guess what? What he doesn't understand is that I've been playing this game for too much. I've been playing over 650 hours this game. More than that at this time. I have over 1,000 games played. Listen, you're not going to fool me on this one. So William Phipps is veteran. Trump, and so because it didn't work, he said, I'm confirmed your town. And then he realizes that that's not going to work. And so he's like, I know you're veteran. I'm confirmed you. Don't trust detect. He switches his mode immediately. Now, he's trying so hard, and I love it. There's room for 1 TP, which is me. There is no room for 1 TI, which is me. There's no room for TP. Trump, now, when you are evil, guys, you need to realize something. You have to counterclaim at this late in the game. You can only counterclaim something that somebody else has. So, like, he would be better off if he claimed Lookout and literally copied I am not SK's will. Much better than that, because there's no room for TP. TP is impossible. There's only room for TI. So you have to, when you're this late in the game, you have to counterclaim. You have to fight over the claims that's available. Right now, TP is not available because the random towns are taken. A TI is available because there's only one dead TI. That's the Lookout. So he claimed the wrong thing, honestly. There's no room for TP. Good win for town. Thanks for trusting, Jailer. And I am so happy the Jailer executed, because without that, we literally would have lost this game. There was no way we would have won that game. That Jailer execute came in just as we needed it to. Jailer got 2 kills that day. And without Jailer, this game was over. This game was over without them. The mislynch on the Doctor, the win for the X, and we got lucky with the Arsonist. But we were still so close to losing that game. So close to losing that game. A game when we really needed to win that one. So, well played. Trump says, worst Mafia team EU. That's BS. Your Mafia team did fine. You guys almost won. GG. And Dirty War says, I thought we had no chance after Thomas was lynched, but you guys pulled it out. You bet we did. We had tried hard, and we got it going on. 28 wins, guys. 11 losses. Pretty darn good. Season high rating. We're so close to 1,400. And at 1,400, we get gold. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Peace out. Much love. See you guys in the next video.
Yes,